Welcome to This Explainer. Right here at American Wellness Center in Dubai Healthcare City, our team tackles the very real, everyday challenges of adult ADHD. And let's just dive straight into this because this is a topic that impacts so many lives in ways that often go completely unnoticed. And we are absolutely passionate about bringing it into the light. So picture this. Many of the adult patients we support walk through our doors feeling just completely overwhelmed by these unseen daily struggles. Are you constantly fighting a quiet battle with procrastination, lost items, and this inner restlessness that just won't quit? If you're dealing with frustrating missed deadlines and a brain fog that makes simply getting through the day feel exhausting, please know that you are definitely not alone. And honestly, that deep sense of frustration is exactly why our core philosophy at American Wellness Center is centered on one really powerful belief. Every single person deserves not just to survive, but to truly thrive. You deserve so much more than just white-knuckling your way through life. You deserve to flourish.
All right, let's jump into Section 1, the reality of adult ADHD. Because let me tell you, in our clinical experience, adult ADHD is widely and sometimes painfully misunderstood. We are constantly having to reassure our patients that it's a complex neurodevelopmental condition tied to your genetics and brain function. The absolute crucial takeaway here is that it is not, I repeat, not a result of laziness or poor discipline. Your struggles are completely valid, they're biological, and they are definitely not a personal failure. This point right here brilliantly illustrates why adult ADHD can be so incredibly hard to spot. While childhood ADHD might look like outward visible hyperactivity, the kid who literally can't sit still in class, what we see in our adult patients is that the symptoms actually change shape. They evolve into a more subtle inner restlessness, chronic disorganization, and emotional impulsivity. Basically, the hyperactivity moves from the outside straight to the inside. Actually, since we opened our doors back in 2016, we've proudly served as a leading ethical and evidence-based institution in the region. We've spent years helping countless adults make sense of these really complex behavioral shifts, providing a trusted home for compassionate care. Moving right along to Section 2, spotting those hidden symptoms. To really get a handle on this condition, we first need to recognize how the symptoms subtly and sometimes aggressively disrupt everyday adult life. The adults we evaluate frequently present with a whole range of symptoms, from mild to severe. We're talking about the inability to control impulses, trouble multitasking, and a very, very low frustration tolerance. It might look like intense impatience while waiting in Dubai traffic, sudden mood swings, or an exhausting struggle to simply prioritize your daily plans and manage time effectively. And sadly, what we consistently see in our clinics is that leaving these symptoms untreated causes a massive ripple effect. It often results in chronic workplace difficulties, strained personal relationships where partners end up feeling ignored or overwhelmed, and just a heavy compounding burden on a person's self-esteem over the years. Which naturally brings us to Section 3, finding clarity through diagnosis. So if these struggles are resonating with you right now, the absolute most crucial next step is getting clarity through a proper expert evaluation. You really don't have to guess anymore. At American Wellness Center, we totally demystify this entire process through a comprehensive 3-step evaluation. First, we do a detailed clinical discussion about your daily challenges. Next, standardized behavioral tests to measure exactly how your brain is managing tasks. And finally, a careful medical history review to rule out any other conditions. It is incredibly thorough. And look, you are never, ever alone on this journey. Our dynamic team consists of over 59 highly qualified Western-trained clinicians spanning 20 different specialties. All of us are deeply dedicated to getting your diagnosis exactly right so you can finally move forward with confidence. Having that high level of multidisciplinary expertise, it's completely vital. We frequently see adults who have been misdiagnosed or underdiagnosed for literal years. Because ADHD overlaps with so many things, many folks have masked their ADHD behind exhausting coping mechanisms, or they've only been treated for secondary conditions like anxiety and depression. Okay, let's look at Section 4, our holistic treatment approach. Once we nail down that clear, evidence-based diagnosis, well, that's when the real work and the real hope begins. We map out a personalized blueprint just for your success. In our experience at American Wellness Center, we know there is absolutely no magic pill. We believe in a holistic, patient-first strategy.
We offer tailored treatments that blend medication to address those core neurological symptoms right alongside behavioral therapies, coaching, and lifestyle adjustments to build those essential everyday life skills. Take CBT, for example. Our targeted cognitive behavioral therapy helps you actively rewire how you manage your time and organize tasks. It's super practical. It addresses the real daily difficulties of adult life, like finally paying bills on time or breaking down a massive, overwhelming project at work, and it equips you with lifelong tools. Now, I always remind our patients you've got to be realistic and patient with yourself. Creating structure and building healthy habits is a process, and it requires consistent daily effort. It isn't going to change overnight, but doing this alongside the guidance of our expert clinicians, that adds immense value and stability to your life. And finally, Section 5, Thriving with Adult ADHD. Because at the end of the day, our goal isn't just to manage a disorder so you can quietly scrape by it. No way. Our goal is to help you build a truly fulfilling, vibrant life. We want to empower you to recognize that, along with its challenges, ADHD often brings incredible, beautiful strengths. We see it in our clinics every single day. Deep creativity, totally unique problem-solving skills, and a remarkable resilience from navigating a world that wasn't always built for your neurotype. We want to help you harness all of that. By addressing the chaotic symptoms directly, you literally clear the path for those strengths to shine. With the right customized support at American Wellness Center, you can absolutely regain control over your impulsivity, enhance your productivity, and finally foster those harmonious personal and professional relationships you so deeply deserve. So, if you're completely exhausted from battling these challenges alone, we warmly invite you to take that first empowering step toward clarity. Reach out to our team at the American Wellness Center in Dubai, Healthcare City, and discover just how bright your future can be when you finally step out of survival mode. Think about it. If your ADHD has been the unseen author of your struggles for this long, isn't it time you let it become the absolute foundation of your success?